Hey guys, just a quick little pre-video video. I cut this video in half. It went a little longer than I wanted it to. So this first half will be on the interior of the camper, and then the second half will be on the exterior of the camper. And I apologize for the sound. Just trying some new mics out. It's kind of muffled a little. I still got to work on that. But anyways, be watching out for the second one.
Hey, all you wonderful folks out there. Greetings from the great state of Arkansas. Some of y'all are gonna love that. Anyways, we recently had a subscriber comment on one of our videos asking what we thought of our Keystone Cougar since we've had it for a while. And so after replying to him, I thought, you know, that might be a good idea for a video. So I'm going to go through real quick. I don't want this video to go very long, but I'm just going to go through real quick. After we've had the camper for, I don't know, over a year now, just kind of give you my thoughts on it. Okay? So, like I said, I'm going to try to make this quick. And please excuse our camper, our dirty camper. We are in springtime here, so the camper hasn't gone out since this January. So it hadn't had a bath, and you know, springtime is upon us, and it's depositing all of its little wonderful gifts. I'll show you, as you might can see on my truck. I don't know if you can see all that nice green, all this nice green stuff on the truck. Yeah, well, that stuff is everywhere this time of the year. It's all over the camper. We haven't had time to wash the camper yet. It's still dirty from the last camping trip. We haven't cleaned the inside yet. Haven't cleaned the outside, so if you can, overlook that, please. But we'll go ahead and get started on this. And I'm trying something new here. I've got a little gimbal. I'm trying this with my phone. The GoPro, I don't know, I guess it's time for a new GoPro. My GoPro keeps overheating really easily. And I had one viewer said, oh, you need a microphone, man. So now I have a microphone. We'll see how that works out. It's all new stuff. But let's go inside and we'll start there. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion, my honest review of the camper. I'll try to show you, you know, the things we really like. Well, I mean, we like the camper overall. And I mean, if we had to do it again, we'd probably go right back with this camper again. But you know, there are some things since we've had it that we would change. And I'll show those to you. And I'll also show you all the good little fixes we had to do. Yeah, those were fun. So let's go inside and get going. And I'll let you look at the camper because you don't want to look at my ugly mug. All right, so we are inside of the camper. Oh, we're in the back end of it. This is the living area. This is a rear living camper, and that's what we ended up choosing, was rear living. We found out that we enjoy the rear living campers, and basically I plan on doing a video pretty soon about the steps we went through to get this camper. You know, how we made this choice for travel trailer and this particular camper. But I plan on releasing that. I don't know when I get around to it. I'm trying to get these things done. I just do this for stuff for fun. I don't do it for a job or nothing. I have a full-time job. I don't need another one. So back to the camper. Yeah, we really enjoy this camper. There's not a whole lot we would change in here. We love that big window in the back. But yeah, we really are enjoying this rear section here. But this is also a section here that we would change, which we may end up changing. We're just not using this the way we thought we would. What we are thinking that we might do is pull the dinette out and just put us a jackknife sofa back here, because we really want this area for like lounging. We don't really use it as a dinette. I think after I've gone through campers and bought this one and everything, I'm not a big fan of dinettes, period. I just seem not even have a dinette. If we kept the dinette, maybe put some doors right there so we could put cubbies up in there, because it's kind of a hassle to pull all the cushions off just to get storage down there. But other than that, yeah, we just love this back section back here. The seating here, I think we're going to end up changing this. We really, since we've had it, we've kind of decided that we think we want the kind of seating right here that where you can pull that middle section down and either make these into 2 lounge chairs or push that middle section up and have it kind of like a love seat. So that might end up getting changed. But, I mean, we still like it. We're happy with it. The wife loves the 12-volt refrigerator. When we were looking at refrigerators, that was one of her must-haves, is she did not want one of the 2-way refrigerators because of how much room all those, I don't know, fins or whatever in the back took up. One thing I would say, you know, Keystone, if you're listening, if you could take those pantries and move them over here and then move the fridge where the pantries are, that would be really nice. One thing we are noticing, or I'm noticing anyways, is that when I'm normally sitting here in this seat, and when that compressor kicks in on the refrigerator, it just, I don't know, it's not annoying or anything, but you can hear the compressor on the other side of that wall. If I was looking for a family camper, this probably would not be something I would want to do. Yeah, this is definitely a couples camper. We've gone out as long as a little over 2 weeks with this, and we've had plenty of storage for food, for clothes, for everything else. So it's got enough storage for 2 people for at least probably 3 weeks even. But it's got plenty of storage for kitchen items. You got some nice big pantries. Got quite a bit of storage there. We do like this soft close. Those are pretty nice. We're not using near the storage on this thing that's available for us. What more? I mean, everything else we like, we've used, we enjoy. Can't think of anything else really in here. Oh, one thing I will mention that we really, really are liking is that fireplace. We really didn't think that much about it when we bought this thing. We just said, oh, a fireplace, that's nice. But we do a lot of winter camping, and that thing is really nice to have on days when the temperature's running, you know, in the upper 40s maybe, or not upper, well, yeah, in the 40s and lower 30s. That thing puts out enough heat that it really keeps this area nice and warm. Yeah, plenty of windows in here. We like that. Not a lot on the camping side, but the back windows and then the windows over here are great. We get plenty of airflow through here, so we really enjoy that. We have storage up there, so that's really nice. The only thing really, maybe a negative against it, is it doesn't have the little support rods on it to keep them up, so you have to hold them up with your hand. There's really nothing in here that we don't like. I really like this in command center. That's kind of neat. I think Keystone has gotten away from that though. You can Bluetooth your phone to this and control all your stuff with your phone. You can hook this up to Wi-Fi. So it's pretty nice to have. And I mean, you control everything from right there, your air conditioners, your lights, tanks, tank heaters, all that stuff. And speaking of air conditioners, one of the reasons we bought this unit, which was a requirement, is this unit has 2 air conditioners in it. One here in the living area, and then there's one up front in the bedroom area. This one back here, I believe, is 15K, and the one in front is 13.5. I mean, yeah, we like it. I don't know what to say. We love the decor in here. That was another thing why we chose this one, because we wanted a real bright light, I guess, a light colored decor. So that was one reason. Another reason we chose this camper. Let's talk here real quick about food preparation surface. For us, for 2 people, it's plenty. We've never had an issue where we didn't have enough area to cook food and stuff like that in here. So this vented, all the AC's vented throughout the camper. So yeah, we like that. And this was a must for my wife. So for heating, it's all ducted, and none of it is on the floor. You'll see no ducts, heating ducts on the floor. That was one of the wife's requirements. She didn't want no ducts on the floor. Oh, one thing I would say is, one thing I don't really care for though, is these speakers that are up here on the top. I really wish Keystone would have moved those kind of more in this general area. So it's kind of like more in front of the TV, or even what would have been really nice if they could have put them in the slide. That would have been nice. But, oh well, might be something I might fix in the future. Let's look at some fixes real quick that I've had to do, or I'm going to have to do. So we knew coming into this that stuff was going to break. And so, I mean, you can see there some trim I've got to get fixed. Underneath, this is the fuse box right here. And I did have some problems with that when we first bought this thing. You know, we were at the dealership for 2 nights, and then on the 3rd night we spent the night at a Cracker Barrel, and we went to turn the lights on right over here at the in command center. Well, this thing wouldn't come up. I guess that's one of the drawbacks to this thing. I couldn't figure it out till I got home, and I went to the fuse box to see if I could find where it would be. And when I opened that fuse box up, I found a fuse laying down at the bottom of it. And I thought, could that be the fuse for the in command center? So I went through there, and I found on the side where it's labeled in command, and there's a fuse missing. So I just popped that little guy back in there, and she started working. But I don't really blame that on Keystone. The problem was the little clamps that hold the blades of the fuse just wasn't tight enough, so I had to get in there with some needle nose and crimp them down. But it happened to the in command center, and then later on it happened to the awning. So yeah, that was one fix I had to do. Another fix is the converter for this camper is back behind that fuse box, and it's like almost all the way back here against the wall. It's very hard to replace, but I did have to replace the converter like, I don't know, a week after this thing went out of warranty, you know. Keystone, I think, should move that converter, because 1, it's a pain in the butt to get to, and 2, I don't know how the little thing gets any air back there. I mean, there is a big vent over here, but I'm sure that's probably more for the heater. And there's some little vents underneath the fuse box, but you'd think, I don't know, I may end up moving that converter in the future. I'm just wondering, that's why it didn't go out, was because the thing couldn't get no air. It's probably suffocating back there. Who knows? I think, is there anything else in here I had to fix? Let me think about it for a minute. I'll be right back with you. Because I got to think. My brain don't move that fast. Okay, I'm back. My brain moved. Okay, so I did have to fix, we had a leak right there. And that collar up there, that pipe, that drain pipe there had a cockeyed angle. Or no, it was that collar, that bottom collar there. And it wasn't threaded on correctly. It was cross-threaded and wasn't tight enough. That wasn't a hard fix. Just straighten the pipe up and tighten the collar down. I did have to fix that. We'll go up to the front now, to the bedroom, bathroom, and give you a quick run around on that. Ah, good old springtime in Arkansas, man. It's awesome. Sneezing, runny noses, green junk all over everything. If you don't live in the South, you don't know what I'm talking about then with the pollen. But if you do live in the South, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're in the bathroom. So you're looking at the shower. We love the shower. That was another reason we chose this camper. The wife did state that her preference was to have a shower curtain. And she said, if I can't have a shower curtain, then I want doors. Well, we got this one with the doors. And it's nice and big. And we really like the shower in this one. So one thing we didn't expect that we were going to like is this window right here. But we actually do. It's really nice to kind of have that opened when it's nice outside, and it allows more breeze blowing in through here. It also allows more light into the bathroom. You know, you just got to remember, put the blind down before you strip down, or you're going to give the neighbor a show, and they may not appreciate your show. But there's plenty of storage in here for us, for two people, me and her. I mean, it's not a whole lot. I've seen other campers that were much better at storage than this one. But for me and her, it's plenty. She likes the vanity and the sink in this one. And we have a lot more storage down there. And down here, place for a trash can and stuff. Yeah, we like the bathroom. We're really enjoying this on-demand water heater once we figured out how to work it right. But yeah, that's pretty nice. And there's some stuff in here I had to fix, and some stuff I'd like to see changed, or that we're going to change. We did have a water leak here from the bath, or from the shower. And what did I end up finding out was, so that track at the bottom and then this metal piece at the top or on the side, where they come together right there in the corner, there wasn't nothing to keep water from going out of that. So water was hitting the shower door. It was hitting the shower door, going down into the track, and then depending on which way the camper was leaning, it either run to that end or to that end. Then it would go in between those two, the track and that metal piece on the side, and go underneath the plastic and then come out on the floor. So I ended up just putting some sealant in the corners, and that fixed that problem. Yay. We had a problem with the toilet once not holding water, but that was our fault because we didn't know you were supposed to keep that little black seal moist and keep water on it. And so it got dried out, and so it wouldn't hold water. And then somebody online told me, hey, just put you some plumber's grease on it and keep water on it from now on. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And I have, and we ain't had no problems with it since. Here's something I wish Keystone would have done. We need a towel holder here. I mean, really, you wash your hands, you got no place to put a towel unless you put it right up in here, I guess. But the wife didn't like it. She went and bought a towel bar, one of those command strip towel bars. It works pretty good. Keystone does give you Keystone does give you two of these little, I don't know, fighting octopus, woolly mammoths. That's what Josh, the RV nerd, calls them. They'll give you 2 of those to hang towels on. My other thing that I would like to see that probably will get changed in here is that fan. Be nice if Keystone would have put like a Max Air fan or Fantastic fan in here. But I'm probably going to put a Max Air fan in here. Get rid of that, because that thing will not pull any air through this camper. It just won't do it. Nope. Think other than that, that's about it for the bathroom. I do have some trim. Oh, right down here, this trim running up through here. I've got to fix that. It's coming off. I don't know if you can tell or not. So let's move to the bedroom. Oh, let me open this window. Get a little more light in here. All right, we are in the bedroom. One thing my wife really wanted, if we could get it, was a king size bed. And so this came with the king size bed. So that was a check mark good for us. Other than the king size bed, there really wasn't, other than, you know, like I stated earlier, the second air conditioner. That was the only other must have on our list. But yeah, we like the bedroom. We got no beefs against it. One thing I am finding out that I really like is that windshield. I didn't think that much about it. It was another one of them things you just like, oh, a windshield, cool. But then when you get it, and at night when you're laying in bed, you can pull that shade up and you can lay in your bed and, you know, watch the stars and the sky and the tree tops and everything. It's pretty cool. So if you've ever done tent camping with your rain fly off, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, do like that windshield. The bedroom is fine for us. We like it. And some of the changes we plan on making, we want to make, or maybe Keystone can make if you ever listen to my videos. Yeah, right. But yeah, if Keystone would happen to listen to this video, these would be some nice changes if they're looking to change the Keystone Cougar 25RDS up. One thing is I really don't care for these wardrobes, these small wardrobes in any RV. I just don't like them. You can't hang shirts in them because the shirts just wad up at the bottom. So what I would like, you know, and I don't know why RV manufacturers don't do this. I mean, I put some shelves in ours, but why can't they make these wardrobes put like some kind of pegboards on the side and give you a couple of shelves? And this way people can decide, the customer can decide, do I want to hang clothes or do I want to stack stuff? Yeah, I wish there'd be a change on that. I don't like these. We're finding out we do not like those nightstands. We'd rather see drawers put in through there, maybe with like a cubby hole in the back. We've seen some RVs do that for a nightstand. And I understand why Keystone didn't put them in here, because the bed actually is wider than the wardrobe. But you can make narrower, just make your drawers narrower, long and narrow, and plus you keep the bed from moving so much back and forth. Just a thought, Keystone. And I'm gonna give that to y'all for free, okay? From a customer to y'all. Another thing I found out I didn't really like was that light right there. That thing's not good. If my wife likes to read in bed at night, I like to go to sleep. And you turn that light on for her to read, and you know, then you got a light in your eyes. I guess I could have bought me a sleeping mask. Not. That won't happen. My fix was to put these reading lights in on both sides. So we don't even use that light up there no more. So Keystone, you can lose that light and put some reading lights in. Other than that, oh, one other thing in here that I would like to, I wish Keystone would change, and I may change if it can be done, is right underneath this little part of this box, or whatever you want to call it, is the water pump. First, the wife hates that thing there because she has to deal with it. Second, when you're in bed at night and somebody gets up, go to the restroom or something, and see, well, let me just say this. When we're camping, we are on the pump all the time. We don't run straight from city water. We fill the tank up and we run from the pump. So when you're in bed at night, somebody gets up and goes to the bathroom, then, you know, you got this pump over here just making all kinds of racket. And then plus the wife doesn't like this thing being here because it kind of gets in her way. So ideally, that pump could be moved right here under the bathroom sink. That would be good. Then the person in bed wouldn't hear it, and that would free up a little more space over here. I mean, that's our biggest beefs, I guess, with it. Other than that, it's not that bad. We really enjoy it. I mean, it's got a few little things here and there that could be changed, but not bad. Is there anything I've had to fix in here? I did have to fix the trim around that windshield. When they installed that trim, they didn't push it all the way up against the wall, so there was a gap over on this side, and basically I had to just unloosen that trim and work it up around the wall and put it back in. So somebody just got in a hurry. Must have been Friday putting time. Is there anything else I've had to fix in here? One thing I think I would like, me and my wife's talked about, is this thing's got a lot of storage under the bed. And it'd be nice, we've seen some RVs do this, where they'll make little cubby holes on the foot here of the bed. And you can put like baskets and totes and stuff, just slide them in and out. We may end up doing that with this one. But that would be nice if you could do something like that. My wife's using it for a shoe garage right now. I did have to fix this door right here. The hinge came off right there. I had to fix that thing, but it wasn't a hard fix. That's pretty simple. But I think that's it. It's all the fixes and everything in here. So let's head outside real quick.
Well, that ought to do it for this video. So be on the lookout for the second one, which will be the exterior of the camper. And as always, my hat looks crooked. I don't know why. But as always, thanks for watching.
Mater and Tater hit the open road with Smokey in lead and Kitty in tow. Adventures away with bikes now stowed. What history awaits we do not know. Every mile we roam feels right, that's how we feel alive. Chasing sunsets side by side, it's